Hello everybody, my name is Bad Luck Factor. Welcome to some Dawnbreaker Rush, the attacking side with the LAV, with the pea shooter. One thing to keep in mind when you're doing your loadout is if you get past this first set of MCOMs as the attackers, you do get 2 LAVs. As long as you don't steal one of yours, they'll only get 1 as a defender. So you don't have to go super anti-vehicle with this thing. And as I roll up aggressively on the left side, I usually just hold mouse button 1 and use the pea shooter. It does do collateral damage. It will go through enemy players. It doesn't have a lot of deviation, but you do have to control the cooldown. So tap firing would help with that regard, but it really doesn't help with the accuracy, especially at these ranges. See a body right there. Take a couple shots, because the last thing you want to do is creep up close to these barriers, get too close, somebody can lob C4 from behind that protection and get disabled or even kill you. That's the worst, and if it's a good enough disable, you're not moving for 8 seconds. You're sitting duck that far up. So usually what happens is this. You roll up aggressively, that allows the infantry to push interior. They've got some protection. There's only so many doorways in, and then you set up for that B push, and everybody likes to play the spot. It's a great spot for defenders to play. Do not let them get comfortable there. So sometimes bad luck just strikes in the Battlefield series. Sometimes good luck strikes, and amazing things can happen. But I get 2 times the bad luck in this round of Battlefield 4 as we're getting pretty aggressive still with the LAV. One thing that's nice when you're dealing with the vehicle setup, the defender's LAV, is there's all these different angles and things to break line of sight in all these different corners you could pull around. But there is one thing that kind of complicates things for infantry and armor. People could still jump on top of buildings and spawn beacon in. There are jets. You're not going to be able to really stop that, I don't think, at any point in time on this map. Remember, DICE turned off a lot of spawn beacon parachuting on the majority of the rush maps, but this one will be tough because there's still jets. So that's something you have to be mindful of. Always pay attention to the mini-map. Hey, look at your friendlies. Are they trying to shoot up high? That might be where a couple enemy are set up, and they might have a law, RPG, small, or straw, or they could have C4 and just drop it down your face, or parachute down. So you gotta be creative on some of the spots that you're gonna basically repair on, or you don't want to get disabled. Let's say you just took a big pop of 20 or 30 damage from an RPG or some combination fire, and you get too tight to a corner, they might give you a kiss from above. So basically, be very mindful of when you repair, whether you're playing Conquest or you're playing Rush on this map. It never hurts to go a little deeper or a little different spot that you think you're going to be safe. Of course, that auto repair will kick in on core after, a couple seconds. So keep that in mind. Just be very careful. So here you're going to see me work the right lane because our LAV is on water lane. And that's something I'll tend to do unless their LAV is pushing. The other LAV is I'll try to split basically the pressure, because then you got all this infantry that's focused on our infantry, our LAV that's been showing that you can kind of get a nice little flank off and put some heat on them. And that's also the thing. Play hide and go seek with them. Disappear in your LAV for 30 seconds to a minute. Let those defenders get comfortable. Let them get set up in those positions of power and just come rolling in and just completely wipe them off the map. That is very helpful, because if you get set up properly, if you're pushing with all 3 lanes, not just 2 of the 3, the third lane's underneath me as that body goes flying, they will not get set back up easily. And it's about establishing those lanes, whether it's Conquest or Rush. It's always about map control. So as you can see, we got some problems waterside. It looks like there's guys on buildings. So that's when I basically would say to my gunner, hey, is there stuff up there? Do I need to look at this? Do I need to back off of this position? But obviously it's a blueberry. He's not my squad. And we're just going to go aggressive one last time with the pea shooter, laying down the law and finally zooming in with the lead. That's the one thing that you're going to have to wrestle with the pea shooter, as I use some splash damage to get that next kill, is the lead and the drop. It's got a healthy amount of both. So here you go, awaiting further instructions. What could go wrong here, right? We're on an absolute tear, and I'm too close to my LAV. We're the same lane, and let's go this way. What? And based on my live reaction, I'm pretty happy about seeing 12 of my teammates dead to the friendly triggered Levolution. Remember, it only shows 16 on the scoreboard. 12 of us, maybe one guy got sniped in the background. How many other people died? I mean, that could have been 15 plus. I think I'm going to nominate this guy for Teammate of the Year. If you agree with me or have somebody else you'd like to nominate, let me know in the comments down below, because that was a ton of TKs in one fell swoop. So let's get into the flying bathtub of death. I mean, what could go wrong in this thing? And this map is pretty decent for attack chopper pilots, simply because there's tons of buildings and lots of areas to break line of sight. But as I'm going to tell my pilot, basically, hey, let's pay attention to the roofs as I lose the 1v1 with the mobile APS. At the end of the day, the most important thing to control is the rooftops, as I don't get the splash damage from the TV missile. Remember, they buffed that on infantry, almost killing this guy jumping down. So it's really important to help your team get rid of those pesky rooftop snipers or guys with C4 that just want to jump down, harass, and or kill your LAV. And wait, what? Killed in action? How am I getting... Ah, yes, the fog of confusion brought to me by Dice Games. That's me removing a cockpit from the enemy jet out of my butt, which tends to happen on Dawnbreaker every once in a while because the flight ceiling is so low. Now, the question is, will a third thing happen to me, causing me to uninstall the game, or will this round end rather quickly because our infantry is pushed up? We own the top of the building. We're starting to work the left side. LAV's pulling up the right side. And frankly, I'm simply scared to spawn in. I'm scared to see what else this round brings me because we've had 2 real treats so far. So after 15 to 20 seconds of me pondering my existence within this round of Battlefield 4 Rush, I decide to test my fate and spawn in and work on these guys behind us. You can see in chat that I'm trying to alert our team to what's going on. And I see more stuff on the mini-map before I spawned, and you can see that guy right there. Then you see the tracer. That means it's time to throw a grenade to the sniper that's trying to shoot people in the back. This is the building that can always be problematic if they get above you because they've got good lines of sight as your teammates are attacking and trying to clear this up, but I can't get it, but it doesn't matter. We're still gonna win. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this round of bad luck playing some Battlefield 4. As always, guys, thanks for watching and hanging out, and we'll see you guys soon.